continues to remain a
Roy is just different, you know what I'm saying? He was a real enforcer. Shorty is a savage on hold. Another motherfucker that was still
major topic in the rap world. Even years later, his music is still being released and discussed, and his name often appears in conversations about the Chicago place in Chicago over the years. Because of these stories and allegations, many people in the rap industry believed that he was someone not to be taken lightly. Some internet discussions even labeled him a serial killer, a claim that spread widely across social media and YouTube. Whether exaggerated or not, the rumors surrounding his life created a powerful and intimidating reputation. As a result, many fans and fellow rappers began.
Roy was like that with him his last little moments, and T-Roy, and then T-Roy said that, oh, like, damn, they got me, bro. Like, that was his last word.
On that other side, you should be terrified of him. Like was terrified of him, and for good reason.
So how did young T-Roy become?
Spoke about how fearless he had become. Some believed that his transformation into such a violent figure was connected to the bullying he experienced while growing up. Because Luther King,
he was one of the first deaths that was from the ops. When you one of the first to die, man, it hit harder.
As a result, the death affected very many people. O.D. Perry's death seemed to affect one.
Then I think at some point you take the picture in front of O Block, in front of the King Von Bureau.
Gunmen approached and opened fire. Witnesses later reported seeing the shooter flee the scene with another person in a nearby vehicle. As O.D. Perry lay dying in the street, O.D. was reportedly there with him. According to former O Block member Jay Hood, O.D.'s final word, Perry had been well respected in the neighborhood, and his memory became a symbol within the community. For T-Roy, however, the moment appeared to have a deeper psychological.
Me, T-Roy, all us, Von, we used to be in cahoots. Yeah, used to have guns, but we just used to have it so that the big guys wouldn't call us pussy. It's just like when you grew up in the hood and it's like, you ain't getting no pussy, you ain't no nothing, you a lame, you a goofy, so niggas finna do what? We finna try to fucking do all this. We might not even want it, but like we finna try.
Logical effect. According to people who knew him, witnessing the death of someone he looked up to changed him completely. Before that moment, he had not been deeply involved in serious gang violence. But after O.D. Perry's death, his behavior
we trying to chase her back on the block, but she get out of that skirt on the bike, she gone. And she was somebody
reportedly shifted. Friends said he became more aggressive and determined to retaliate against rival gangs. From that point forward, the cycle of violence in the neighborhood continued to escalate. Several shootings connected to the gang conflict followed in the years after. One of the
usually don't really see dudes be able to slip out of the handcuffs like that.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
Victims was Mern Monroe, also known as Lil Durk. After serving time in prison, Lil Durk had been attempting to rebuild his life. He had earned his GED and was reportedly trying to obtain a painting license while helping his aunt maintain her. Gunfire suddenly erupted. Lil Durk attempted to run, but was struck by bullets and collapsed in an empty lot nearby. His body was not.
Even see that he was cuffed correct. You can see the marks from the cuffs on his arm.
Turns out that the inmate who was attacked
discovered until hours later when a relative walking through the area noticed him lying in the grass. Another name connected to the violent feud was Boss Trell. Like many young men caught in Chicago's gang conflicts, Boss Trell had begun to realize that the lifestyle he was living could eventually cost him his life. According to reports, he had recently decided to leave Chicago altogether and start fresh in another state.
He died. He admits that Von confessed to killing Gakira Barnes.
And then Von walked up to me, and I shook his hand. He like, look straight. And then I look straight, and I'm like, why are you telling me to look straight? He like, look straight, and what I'm finna say to you, don't look at me after I tell you.
Instant danger. Unfortunately, his plan never came to fruition. Just days before he was scheduled to leave the city, he was lured to a meeting location. Rumors suggested that a woman had been used to arrange the meeting. When he arrived, he realized something was wrong and attempted to run, but gunmen opened fire. He was later found in an alley with a fatal gunshot wound to the head, only 2 days before his scheduled departure from Chicago. The ongoing violence continued to create tension between rival groups across the city, and eventually, the same dangerous environment would claim the life of T. Roy.
On Valentine's Day in 2017, T. Roy was walking through a neighborhood in Chicago when he entered a small store with a friend. Surveillance footage later showed rival gang members entering the store shortly afterward. One of them approached while concealing a firearm and suddenly opened fire. T. Roy collapsed to the ground and was rushed to the hospital, where he later died from his injuries. News of his death spread quickly through social media and shocked many people connected to the Chicago rap scene. Several well-known rappers expressed their grief publicly, including Lil Durk, Lil Reese, and Chief Keef. At the time of the incident, King Von himself was in prison facing a separate legal battle. In an emotional social media,
As soon as Vaughn told him this, sirens could be heard in the distance getting closer.
And I'm just in my head like, damn, for real? And sure enough, after he told me that, sirens came.
Another reason King Von gained such a powerful reputation was his connection to O Block itself. The group was known for being extremely loyal to its members, and many of them viewed each other as family. When King Von's music career began to take off and he started earning significant money, he reportedly used some of that success to support people from his neighborhood. He bought custom O-Block chains for several members and often included them in his lifestyle. Because of this, many of them were willing to protect him at all costs. According to his former manager, he trusted the loyalty of O-Block members more than professional security guards. This tight-knit loyalty contributed to the fear surrounding Vaughn, because anyone who had a problem with him could potentially face an entire involved in fights both in jail and outside. In one clip recorded inside a detention area, he could be seen attacking another inmate while other prisoners tried to break the fight up. Another widely discussed video showed him slipping out of his handcuffs and confronting someone he considered an enemy. Incidents like these reinforced the idea that he was someone who did not hesitate when it came to conflict. Outside of prison, someone he considered an enemy. Incidents like these reinforced the idea that he was someone who did not hesitate when it came to conflict. Outside of prison, one of the most famous confrontations involving King Von occurred with rapper Quando Rondo. The altercation took place in Atlanta after Von and his entourage had visited a nightclub. According to reports, someone informed Von that Quando Rondo was nearby. Within moments, Von joined in, and the situation quickly escalated. Suddenly, one of Quando Rondo's associates, later identified as Lil Tim, pulled out a firearm and began shooting. King Von was struck by multiple bullets and rushed to a nearby hospital. Despite medical efforts to save him, he later died from his injuries. The incident shocked the music world and instantly became one of the most talked about events in modern hip-hop history. Following his death, investigators and internet researchers began examining several past cases that had been rumored to involve him. One of the most widely discussed involved a teenage girl named Gaki. Conversations about his music, his past, and the environment he came from continue to capture attention across the internet and in hip-hop culture.